very hard fought game. I'm proud of our guys and the way that we competed, in particular, the way that we were able to handle some adversity, throughout the early part of the first half to grind away and stay in the ball game. And then I thought in the second half, our guys were really aggressive, and I thought we did a great job of establishing, a rhythm on offense for the majority of the second half. And we gave ourselves a great chance to win this game a number of times. Give them credit. They made a lot of winning plays at the end, and we didn't make enough winning plays at the end. And that's what it takes in this league. When you play the best teams in the country, which Wisconsin is, you have to find a way to step up and execute, and make some tough plays. And we didn't do that when we needed to the most. And give them credit. Like I said, they made some really, really good plays at the end of the game. But our guys in general, disappointed for them. I got to do a better job for them. But we have another one in a tough road swing as we travel to Nebraska, which we're going to have to get ready for that one.
First question, Tom Brew.
Archie, it seemed like your guards were able to kind of break them down and get into the lane quite a bit. And, you had some good looks passing inside there, that stretch after you were down early. That long run you had of scoring pretty regularly, were you pretty happy with that?
Yeah, I mean, Wisconsin's one of the best teams in the country defensively. They don't give you a lot, and they're very tough to pierce the paint with their big stand back, pretty much the majority of the game. We were able to establish Trace on some pick and rolls. And then when he starts to pick and roll effectively, our guards continue to sort of get downhill and make some really good plays. I mean, if you look at Allen, Robb had 11 assists in this game, and our team had 19. So we ran some pretty good offense for the majority of the game. But it's a difficult game, no question, to score. They're a very good team on both ends of the floor. And our execution late's what killed us. I mean, at the end of the day, we need to be a little sharper as we came down the home stretch. And but we had our chances, and we had our chances to get stops at the end of regulation, end of overtime one. And we also had some chances at the basket, I think, in both of those equations to win the game. But give them credit. They won it. We didn't. We have to get better, and we have to keep finding a way to, play through it. I think our team has regrasped their defensive ability, and that's given us some confidence that we can stay in any game. And we're starting to believe again in our defense again as we start conference play. But disappointing for our guys, no question.
Zach Osterman.
Yes, Archie, I know you guys probably don't want to make excuses, but just how much was Trace suffering from just not being able to get a rest there? I know you guys had to lean on him in the second half, but I don't think he came out second half for overtime. Just did you feel like he basically hit a wall at all physically, I guess, late in that game?
I mean, he played a ton of minutes. He ended up playing 49 minutes in a double overtime game. So fatigue is definitely going to play a role. He did a great job all game long. I think in general, our team and the guys that we rode with in the second half did a great job in the game. I think Anthony Leal, it's a credit to him on what a winner he is, but he gave us a chance to really play. Sparked us another guy that came in and made some big shots and helped us stay in the game, and then did a great job on both ends of the floor. So we're able to absorb that. Jerome also had his best game. He's getting better right now, which is a good thing to see. But we dealt with some foul trouble early in the game, especially with Race picking 2-1s up quick, and we were able to hang in there. But, Trace is a guy that at the end of the day we're going to live and die with. And if he's a little tired, it is what it is. But, yeah, I wish we could have gave him a few more spells. But he was playing so well, and he was very confident and emotional, and he had a great bounce about him in our timeouts and huddles. I do think as the game got into overtime and whatnot, he definitely was a little bit fatigued, clearly.
Dustin.
Archie, you mentioned Trace in the pick and rolls. It did seem like Wisconsin was able to take that away in the last maybe 5 minutes or so of regulation and in overtime. Just how did you see them change the way that they were dealing with that, even if it was subtle? And was there anything else that you saw that they did to take away Trace in the overtime and late in the second half?
Well, I thought their ball screen defense was a little better here. They're late where they didn't let our guards get all the way down, and they didn't drop as much. They did a little bit more switching as well to stay in front, and we had our chances to be able to pop it inside a few times when we needed to. But, I think when you look at Trace's line in particular, he got 16 field goals, and in 49 minutes, usually he's going to draw more fouls and get more free throw attempts. He only got 5 tonight. So, and our team only shot 8. That was probably a big part of why our offense was scoring. But I just think at the end of the day, they stepped up. They played really, really tough at the end of the day. They kept the ball in front of them really well with their switches and whatnot. And we weren't able to get downhill as much. They kept us more on the perimeter. And good teams do that. They adjust. They play all the way through. I think our guys did it as well. I think late in the game, they took advantage of a couple switches, but the 2 threes in the second overtime that realistically broke down our defense, kind of cracked the game for them.
Kevin Brockway.
Yeah, Coach. What were you looking for in the play at the end of the first overtime, and what broke down on that play, you think?
End of the first overtime, we called 2 timeouts and we drew up a play, the same play twice, and we wanted to give Al Durham an opportunity to see if he could maybe clear it out on that left side. And I think they must have done a good job of really keeping him from being able to get by. But we didn't execute out of the timeout to be able to keep the spacing, I think. And, the bottom line is they tied it up. So not being able to get that shot at the end of the first overtime was disappointing, but it ends up going to double overtime. So we had our chances there as well.
Final question for Coach Caleb Kaufman.
Coach, with your more role players outside of Trace getting a good playing time today with Jerome, Anthony, and also Al coming along after an early season slump, how confident does that give you that you guys can compete if it happens when Trace doesn't have a good game or just against top tier teams when he is playing so well?
Well, I just think in general, our team has had to get more consistency from our veteran guys. I think that Rob, Al, and Jerome are very, very important to the overall success of our team. And the fact that right now those guys are starting to really pick it up a little bit is a great sign. I mean, from Penn State to Maryland and now tonight, Al's done a really good job for us. Rob has played much, much better. And I think Jerome has now stepped up and he's given us a lot more minutes, and he was good tonight. So that's very, very important. I think the fact that our 4 freshmen can continue to play a role is only going to get greater. We're going to need more guys. And clearly we came in tonight's game without, our leading perimeter scorer in Armand. So we needed some guys to step up, and it can only help us as the season continues to go on, that these guys have confidence in pressure situations that they can be out there. And we're going to have to continue to play our bench, and we're going to have to continue to ride with guys during the game that are doing a good job. But I think just in general, a big key to this season, and has been all season long, is overall contributions and consistency. And we're getting better consistency right now for more guys.
Okay. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.